To test the true intentions of her fiancé, this disabled girl decided to reveal her identity as the first daughter-in-law. But just then, when she was about to bring up the topic of marriage, a poisonous voice drifted out from inside the room. "Honey, you smell amazing. Han Tian, you're truly incredible." The girl's heart froze for a moment. That voice belonged to no one else. It was her fiancé and her closest best friend. The truth was right in front of her, but the timing was not yet right. She wanted their masks to be torn off at the wedding altar in front of everyone. Without wasting a second, she called her mother and said, "Change the wedding banquet. This will now be a banquet to reclaim our honor." The moment her mother heard this, her patience snapped. She swore an oath. Those two would be destroyed, even if it meant shutting down an entire industry. Meanwhile, that man had gone out to negotiate with money and contracts in hand, but fate suddenly took a sharp turn. A street thief appeared and snatched everything from him. At that exact moment, a woman heard the disturbance. But the situation turned even more terrifying when the man suddenly pulled out a weapon with the intent to kill. What he didn't know was that woman was already on guard. Seeing his brutality, even the thief shuddered and retreated without a word. At that very moment, the man arrived at the scene. It didn't take him long to understand. The girl's fiancé had crossed the line. Out of gratitude, he said firmly, "I will marry you." At last, years of pressure and destiny converged at a single point. The girl's fiancé believed that she was disabled and that in the entire world, only he would ever accept her. But even in his wildest dreams, he never imagined that today, the very same girl would declare in front of everyone, "Today is my wedding night." The hall erupted in shock. The mother-in-law thought that the girl still wanted to marry her son. What she didn't know was her son's truth was about to be exposed. And then, amid blinding white lights, the girl's closest best friend walked in, wearing a bridal gown. She announced loudly that she was now the real boss. With arrogance, she declared that the Bai Tang group stood behind her and that her future was 1,000 times better than that of the useless girl. Then, pretending to show mercy, she said, "For the sake of our old friendship, take 100,000 yuan and get out of here." The crowd burst into laughter. Everyone thought this disabled girl was worth no more than that. Then the new bride fired another arrow of greed and said, "Whoever stands on my side will receive a red envelope of 10,000 yuan. Greed crushed humanity. All the guests flocked to her side. They mocked the disabled girl's birth, her status, her fate, pointing fingers at everything. What they didn't know was the family they were humiliating stood far above their narrow imagination. Then the disabled girl spoke, her voice calm yet deadly. "Sign the divorce papers, right here, right now." Because today, her groom was not him. But the fiancé mistook this for his own generosity. He called for people and had the girl thrown out of the wedding. However, the game was far from over. The very next second, the young master of the Chu group, Chu Yinan, appeared before everyone and announced that he would marry that very disabled girl